Hey, problem solvers. Welcome to Literacy. The other day, we talked a lot about how nonfiction readers depend on their prior knowledge about a book or about a subject before they dive in. Remember, thinking about what you already know about a topic can really help you first get more invested in the topic, be more interested in what you're reading, and it can give you a better understanding of the material in that book. So, for example, let's take a look at a book here. Let's take a look at, not this one yet. Let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this book about pugs. Now, y'all know how much I love dogs. So right away, I can say I know that a pug is a dog, and I know that dogs are something I'm interested in. I also know that pugs are very cute, so I am excited to open the book and see the pictures. What else can I pull from? How else can I relate to this subject? Well, I know that pugs have very flat faces and it makes them hard to breathe. Makes it hard for them to breathe. I know that, but I don't know why pugs were bred that way. That makes me curious and it makes me excited to read the book because now I have questions that I want answered. What else? I also know that pugs are small. They make really good pets. Now that this book may not say that outright, but there might be things in this book that wouldn't make sense if I didn't already know that. So I'm really glad that I thought about everything I already know about pugs so that the information in this book makes a lot more sense. Right? Let's take a look at another one. Whoop. This book is called Climate Scientists. And you can see the cover over here. And we can take a look at the table of contents, which gives us a lot of context clues about what's in the book. So we see that we're going to learn about getting warmer. What do they do? What do climate scientists do? How to become a climate scientist? And then some activities and tools, which is great. So I want to do this together. I want us all to take a minute or two to grab a piece of paper and a writing utensil, and I want us to write down some prior knowledge that we have about climate scientists. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. So I'm going to go grab some paper. I'm going to give you guys a moment, and I want you guys to write down at least 3 things that relate to climate scientists that you already know or that you wonder and that you're hoping will be answered in this book. Now, I'm going to be asking every single one of you to share what you're writing down right now when we get together on Zoom. So please take the time to do it. I will also not be accepting the answer nothing. I know you guys all know something about climate, about scientists. Um, so I'm going to tell you right now, guys, please don't tell me that there wasn't anything that you knew or anything that you were curious about. I know every single one of you can think of about 3 things to write down right now. Okay? So I'm going to step away and get a piece of paper and take the time to write those down. And when we're done, I will read the book and we'll see how our prior knowledge helped us. But right now, start writing. I'm going to go get a piece of paper. Hmm. guys writing? I hope you're taking this time to write. Give you guys another minute or two. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. I'm almost done. Let's see. Okay. I have my three things written down, and I am ready to share them with you when we go on Zoom. But for right now, I'm going to start reading. Again, if you do not have your 3 things written down right now, pause the video right now. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to start reading this book, and when we come together on Zoom, we'll share the 3 things we wrote down before we read, and we're going to discuss how thinking about these things affected how we read this book. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Getting Warmer. Melting glaciers, stranded polar bears, fires, droughts, floods. Why is there so much bad news? Why is there so much bad news about the environment? It's because our planet's climate is changing. Earth and its oceans are getting warmer. Unless we slow it down, this climate change will make life harder. In some places, there will be less food and water. Many animals will die. Climate scientists are soldiers in this fight. They look for ways to reduce the effects of climate change. They look at ice. It can tell them a lot about climate history. They study weather patterns over time. Studying these trends can prepare us for changes ahead. The climate has been changing for millions of years, but recent changes have been more dramatic than in the past. Most scientists believe fossil fuels are responsible. These fuels form gases when they burn. The gases build up, and they trap heat energy from the sun. This produces a greenhouse effect. Take a look. What is the greenhouse effect? Sunlight hits the planet. Sunlight reflects back into space, but gases have built up. They trap the light as heat. Earth gets warmer. Chapter 2, what do they do? We know what is happening because of the work of climate scientists, but how do they learn what they know? They spend time outside gathering data. They launch weather balloons. These balloons carry scientific instruments. They might measure temperature or wind speed. They might measure humidity or air pressure. Climate scientists also get data from satellites. Satellites take pictures of the planet. The pictures show how weather changes over time. Climate scientists review their findings in a lab or office. They use computers to study the data. They compare it to historical information and they make predictions. They write reports. They tell the public what they have learned and they tell the government too. They also study laws. They learn how laws might affect the environment. Now, did you know, what are people doing to fight climate change? Some use the sun or wind for power. Others use special light bulbs. Some drive cars that do not burn gas. Many climate scientists work for nonprofit groups. Others work for private companies. Some teach at universities. Chapter 3, Becoming a Climate Scientist. Do you care about the environment? Do you like finding answers to problems? Become a climate scientist. How can you prepare? Work hard in your science and math classes. Take computer classes too. Do a science project. Join a science club. Get ready to take advanced classes in high school, and later you'll need a college degree. As climate scientists, you can shape the future. How? You can you can show people how to reduce greenhouse gases, and you can find ways to address problems like lack of food or water. You can make a difference. Now, did you know, to work in this field, you need STEM skills? What does STEM stand for? You guys know this. Science, technology, engineering, math. STEM careers are in demand and they pay well too. Okay, so here's a glossary if you want to pause and take a look at that. But that's all I'm going to read out loud today. Again, we're going to come together on Zoom right about now, and we're going to review the questions or facts that you wrote down. And we are going to discuss how thinking about this information helped you while reading the book. Okay? All right, cool, beautiful. I will see you on Zoom.